Welcome to Body Activations Move Better Now, ankle M and L. What that means is that ankle is going to go up and down. We call that plantar flexion and dorsiflexion, just complex names for up and down. And I like to put my foot over the edge of something so I have plenty of space for that ankle to move, and that heel can move freely forward and backwards to make sure that it doesn't get stuck on something. And what I'm looking for is, does the right side move the same as the left side while I'm in the seated position or laying on my back versus when I'm on my stomach? Does it change? And is there an area that's choppy to control? Is there an area that just doesn't go at all? And does it completely change when I'm on my stomach? The whole point of this is to pay attention to what you're going through and how it feels so that we can construct an exercise when you're finished. So go through 8 to 10 reps on the right and 8 to 10 reps on the left. If it hurts, just switch sides. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip over and we're going to see the same thing from your stomach. And that's another reason why I like to have at least something that my feet can go over the edge and I have enough space for my foot to go up and back. And you're going to notice that it's different if you put a pillow underneath your shins and you have a little bit of bend in the knee than you would if you had a straight knee. So I like to do things relatively the same. So it would have been nice for me to lay back all the way instead of sit up in this position. That would have been a good change. And this change, you can put something underneath your stomach and something underneath the shins if you want to switch it up a little bit. From here, I'm again looking at how the right side is moving compared to the left side, seeing exactly if I feel it in the same parts of my body, and then seeing if it's tough for me to bring the toes towards the shin, and then see if it's tough to bring the toes away from me. So we're going to take that challenge onto the floor in a little bit so that we get an opportunity to see exactly how this is all moving. Now the first position you can do right where you are. I just chose to do it on the floor so you can see this even better. I bend my knee to around 45 degrees. And the second time I take something to put underneath my shin or underneath my calf so that I can move my foot up into a position. So this is where we're going to start. We're just going to start with the on the stomach position. This is if you have trouble when you're on your stomach with your foot going up and down or just up. So what I do is I squeeze my toes in the up position, and then I'm clenching my toes as I'm moving my ankle up and down while I keep the knee in one spot. This gives me a little bit different view of how I control that ankle. And I can do the same thing with my toes pointed towards my shin if I can control my toes up towards the shin while my ankle is going up and down. And I'll go through this around 8 to 10 times to see if it improves or if it stays the same. This way I have a really good idea of what is tough to control. And I can do the same thing when I'm in my seated position. So I took a yoga block and I placed my calf directly on it. And you can use anything as long as it's nice and comfortable. And I squeeze my toes and I move my ankle up and down. And from here, I'm going to do the same thing with my toes up to move it up and down. And see with the reps if the ankle mobility and strength improve. You can use this into a preparation for a calf raise or for a wall toe raise. So in this structure, practice positions that are tough to control but feel good. Stay fresh, practice fresh, recover, and progress. And if you like that, we have more where that came from. 60 different routines to find relief and freedom in your body right now with Body Explorations. If you tried everything else and you're just not getting where you want to be, zero equipment necessary. Get started right away. It is beginner level walkthrough so you know exactly what you're doing and what helps. Have confidence in each stage of your recovery or progress even further than you ever thought possible. Remember, You're one exercise away from feeling completely different. I'll see you in the next video.